McElvy, and my Ethics in the News presentation is on AI in the news. Now, we're not just going to be talking about AI in general, like AI when using homework, with students and trying to write their papers and everything. We're going to specifically be talking about AI when it comes to writing for TV and movies. So, AI in the television and film industries. So, AI generated writing has become more and more popular since the creation of these easily accessed AI tools like ChatGPT and Jasper AI. Um, they are most popular among students, like I mentioned previously, who do not want to write papers for school. But that's not really the problem we're looking at. We're going to look at the issue of AI used in Hollywood to write screenplays and scripts instead of actually hiring real life human writers to do the work. So, before I get into my main points, I'm going to talk about the writer's strike. Now, I'm assuming everybody has heard of the writer's strike. It was a long 148-day strike between the WGA, the Writers Guild of America, and all the production companies and all those people that would not pay them enough. So on March 7th, 2023, the Writers Guild of America announced that almost 99% of their members had voted in favor to demand increased compensation for their work. So writers across America were just tired of this low pay that they got. And due to the failure of studios to meet these standards, the WGA decided finally to go on strike, officially starting on May 2nd. And it was like I said before, it was a long process. It was several demands were being demanded but not met, and it ended up finally ending on September 27th, and it lasted 148 days. And this was like almost the longest strike that writers had. I think there was one a while back, 20th century, I think, that lasted a little bit longer, but it was close. There were so many people that refused to be on the side of the writers, and one of their main reasons for this argument is that AI can do the writing instead of these actual human writers. Because I guess these people did not have any sort of creative aspect in their brains, and they just want computers and whatever to do all their entertainment for them. But we're going to get into that. So my first point about AI in the news and the problem with it is that thousands of people lose their jobs. If these AI programs and these computers come into play and start taking these people's jobs, obviously they're not going to have work to do. So if AI completely takes over Hollywood writers, that means thousands of people will lose their jobs, and it also just means less job opportunities in general, because once AI takes over Hollywood writers, who knows what else it could take over? So it's just constantly taking away actual opportunity. So the WGA consists of approximately 11,500 Hollywood writers, which does not include the rest of the writers who actually went on the strike. So it's not just the people that are part of this association, it's every writer in Hollywood, pretty much. So if AI took over writing for TV shows, movies, commercials, etc., then everyone who originally wrote for those mediums are going to lose their work. And that's what they're good at, too. That's what they're good at. And so who knows what they can do? They can get a job like at, I don't know, fast food. They can probably do that. But that's not what they want, You want to have a job doing something that you studied and something that you can actually do, that you will put in that good work for. So technology like AI is a reason why the economy is failing and going down, and why people can't find jobs, because people's jobs are always being replaced by technology. For example, like Target and Walmart, they have the self-checkout. And I know that's like small and people love self-checkout, but could hire more people and have in-person checkout instead of technology doing it for them. But that's just a small example. So my second reason why AI is wrong is that it's plagiarism. It's not original context, and it's pretty much just a remix of everything on the internet, because robots can't actually have an original thought, you know? So it just takes what it knows from the internet and from all these other different things that it's read about, I guess. And AI is just a work of mosaic plagiarism, as it's called. People cannot tell that AI is using content from other sources because the algorithms that power them conceal the original writings so that their artificial writings look real and original. So AI tricks people into thinking it's intelligent and smart when it's really just stealing from already written sources. So, and not only is AI itself plagiarism, the people who use it also are committing plagiarism. So there's a reason why schools don't allow AI when writing papers, because it's like plagiarizing off of an already plagiarized source. So my third point, and I feel like the most important point of AI in the news, is that it takes away the real connection of human creativity. So there's, like I said, AI cannot have an original thought. There is no emotion behind anything AI writes, which takes away the value of it. And it's impossible for this to feel human emotion and for people to actually connect. So the most important reason why AI is a problem is because it takes away the value and beauty of stories written using actual human creativity. So, according to What Movies Teach About Race by Professor Satchel, movies and TVs are so influential today, and the reason they're influential is because they're written by humans who have felt real emotion and experienced these real human things that we're seeing in these movies and TV shows. So we're going to look at some examples. So first one, incredible movie, Apocalypse Now, directed by, Francis Ford Coppola. It's considered one of the greatest movies about war ever made. Its historical accuracy, though, is rated like 5 out of 10 by a military history professor solely because of like small aspects about the Vietnam War were incorrect. However, what makes this movie so good is its depiction of the psychological horror of war and the effects it has on the human mind. They're considered disturbingly realistic. So any AI can get facts about the Vietnam War right, but there's no AI that can actually accurately portray what it's like in the mind of a soldier. So next we have Fantasia. It's a very influential film because of its creative use of just different mediums like animation and these classical pieces. It goes over these classical pieces, and they're each interpreted using designed by Walt Disney and his team of animators. So the piece of art combines both classical music and animation, and it's changed how people interact with animation and with music. It's a beautiful piece of art that shows the beauty of life and creativity on a deep emotional level that only someone can create who has experienced the complicated childlike wonder that still lingers in the minds of creative people. Okay, last example I have is Barbie. So, directed by Greta Gerwig. It was, huge summer flick last year. Greta Gerwig, one of the most successful female directors. So this is a film I consider to be one of the most influential movies in the past decade. So it's helped a woman as a whole feel understood and seen. And it's such a complicated piece of art that was based after a doll. So only a woman that has lived in this world through her own mind can write something so relatable and so beautiful. So because of this, I asked ChatGPT to write a Barbie movie. And this is what it gave me. So you can pause it and read this, but I'm not going to read the whole thing. But moral of the story, a Barbie goes on an adventure with a little pet or something, and Ken is there, and it's just, it's your average Barbie story. So that's not very good, right? The plot sounds oddly familiar. So if someone grew up watching the animated Barbie movies, then you would probably see some similarities between that summary and all the movies that we grew up with. So this is just proof, again, that AI just takes already written plots and forms it into its own. So, conclusion, AI may be helpful in some situations, but when it comes to writing movies and TV, that's where there's a problem. So it causes people to lose work, it's plagiarism, and it takes away the beauty of actual, real human connection and emotion. So no one can really connect to a film or show when it's written by a computer. These are my works cited. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed it.